looking just at the coefficients within this polynomial, I have a 6 and a 3. What is the greatest common factor between a 6 and a 3? What is the biggest number that goes into both of them? Naomi? 3. 3 goes into itself, and it goes into 6, and it is the biggest number that does that. So we're going to start with a 3, knowing that that is the greatest common factor for the coefficients. Now for the variables, I want to find the largest variable term that goes into both of these, which means if I broke down x to the 4th and all the different ways to make that, or if I broke down x to the first power and all the not so different ways to make that, we want to find the largest exponent in either list. So x to the 4th, if we made a list there, we would say there's x to the 4th times 1, there's x to the 3rd times x, there's x squared times x squared, and for x, our only option is x times 1. So what of those different factors showed up in both lists? These are my two lists. Renee? X. X to the first power is the only variable that showed up in both lists. Normally, we want the term that has the highest exponent, but this is the only thing anyway. So 3x is the greatest common factor between the two terms of our polynomial, which means 3x is the thing that we have factored out of this. So here's the new task. We know that 3x goes into both of those things. To figure out what we would multiply 3x by to make this, we need to look at each piece individually. So, ask yourself, if I took out 3x, 3 times what makes 6? X times how many other x's makes x to the 4th?
3.
I have 1. If I multiplied it with x to the 3rd, I would get x to the 4th. Alright. Minus 3 times what makes 3? X times what makes x? 1. I mean, 1 times anything is just going to leave it alone. So this is it. We're done. Which means that if we could take the 3x that we took out and distribute it back into here, we should get the original polynomial back.